Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List, and we are here today at South Commons down in Columbus at R.G. Jones Field. I have never looked at the name of that field. We've played here for years.
Stadium.
R.G. Jones Stadium.
That's
yes,
right.
The field. And so you see it's a beautiful day. We're actually about to start a softball tournament down here, and I am fortunate enough today to meet with Dusty Perdue. I appreciate you meeting with me, sir.
Glad to be here.
Yes,
I watch every episode. You celebrated the 50th the other day, had the poppers and everything. That was awesome.
The poppers were fun, and the social media experiment is working. Okay, I've got, again, in the spirit of John Gruden, I'm fired up about this. I got a hat. This is his golf hat from
Glenwood over in Phoenix City.
My first anything from Alabama,
We're
for
from
sure.
the left state, absolutely.
The other side from Alabama with a gator on the hat.
Right.
And
basketball
and also
shirts.
the shirt, too.
I'm wearing one also, absolutely.
So I know, so you coach basketball and golf over there.
Right. At Glenwood School in Phoenix City.
At Glenwood, right across the river.
Private school, yeah.
And,
we're not far. We're right here at the Chattahoochee now.
Right there. And, but we're going to talk about officiating
Absolutely.
We're going to have you on for
That's
round
the
two.
reason I'm down here, absolutely.
Yeah, so he's going to be getting hollered at by Brandon Jenkins later on today.
At 4 o'clock, absolutely.
Oh, you got it on
Brandon at 4, Sydney at 6. They both I'll be in the stadium all afternoon, and then we have the Columbus High McIntosh game at 8. So I'm doing 3 in a row.
It'll be a good one. We'll keep you hydrated.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
So we jump right in. I always ask, tell us about your officiating journey. I know you come from a coaching family and a sports background. So,
well, let me say that. She sends her hellos to you, who is the adopted son. Billy Dooley is the adopted son. She looks at you that way. You've been so kind to her over the years, and she thinks the world of you and said to tell you hello. I'm the son of Bubba and Debbie Ball, and you had more doings with Debbie Ball, and you've mentioned her in a couple of your episodes and things.
She gets brought up a lot.
The things you have stolen from her over the years, and y'all can converse at any time. And you comment so much on Facebook and stuff about her stuff. I mean, she's leaving this month to go to Italy. She's gonna walk across Italy. But just to let you know, I am a second generation coach. Coached football at Glenwood for 8 years. And then when I got out of football, I got to get away from football. I had to have something to do in the fall. So Georgia High School is in the fall. So I umpire Georgia High School in the fall. And around golf in the spring, I do Alabama High School. So I'm doing both associations as far as that. I coached softball for 25 years. And to scratch the itch, I officiate softball. So I've enjoyed it. It's been great. I try to do the best I can. Very professional about that. I've made a lot of friends on both sides. I call my side the dark side now. But I've made a lot of friends, especially with you, getting to meet you and through my mom, and then getting to do your games up at, like we were talking a while ago, at Central Carrollton when you were coaching up there, and got to do your game. I thought that was a lot of fun, and just seeing you around here. So that's how I got my start in officiating. It started way back in the early 2000s, and here we are in 2025.
Well, and we were kind of talking off camera about this. It's always good, especially in what you know is going to be a good game, when you know the umpires and you know what they're about.
Right.
And, like I said, when we kind of really got to know each other at Central that year, it was a great series, and Central became a rival.
You went 3 games.
Yeah, we did go 3, and we shouldn't have probably in that one. And
but I was tickled to know that you were the head coach. My mom says, hey, it's Billy. I've told you about him. You walk up, you shake my hand. You're really excited about seeing us there. And you just feel comfortable,
right.
When you can feel comfortable, like with Brandon and with Sydney. When I do that game every year, it's a rival. He coached there. Now he's at Harris County, and she's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. And you're going to get a good game, so you better do the best that you can do.
No, that's for sure. And that you kind of answered my next question. I always say, I know what I'm going to get out of you when you walk up. And I even told before we talked too, I should have turned the camera on when everybody else was in here. But, you showed up at home plate in Columbus, and we're playing the last game on Saturday. And I was so thankful to see you. And I remember you go, the other guy's changing. I'm just here. So there's 4 out there. And I said, oh my goodness. And it ended up being good people anyway.
Absolutely.
But what is it you want teams to know when you walk up to the field? And I had an umpire the other day say, he goes, usually, oh, good or oh, God. What is it you want people to know when you come up?
It's really cool that you get paid to do this. That's not why I'm doing it.
Right.
I love the game. I love being a part of the game. I want them to know when I walk up, I'm not for one side or the other, even though we may be friends on both sides. I want you to know that I'm going to hustle. I'm going to try to do the best that I can do, and I'm going to try to be fair. And if we don't get it right, we're going to stay until we do get it right, because I don't want to be going home and saying that I made the difference in the ball game. That's not what I want. And we're going to talk about it. And if I just say, Coach, I blew it, which we'll tell you that story in just a minute. But if we mess up, we've messed up. I'm only human, and you can only do what you can do. But I love this game. Being back to her, being around it for so many years. You're not going to see me, and nothing against baseball. You're not going to see me do a baseball game. I can do 2 softball games in the amount I can do 1 baseball game. It's called fast pitch for a reason, because it moves a little bit faster. And I just love the proximity of the field, and I love the game. I really do.
I love that. And so, we hop in. I know we've told a couple stories, but what is your favorite? And again, you can tell as many what. I know
I'll tell you this one. I'm doing Brandon's game over at Northside when he was at Northside, and he tells it better than I do. He's a good storyteller. And he has a freshman catcher. And he said he always tells his catcher, when I ask you, where was that? Tell me if it was a strike, hit your nose. Well, he asked this catcher, where was that on a pitch? And she looks at him and says this, and he said, I want to know where that was. She turns around to me and says, Blue, he wants to know where that pitch was. I said, I missed it. It was a strike. She yells over to Brandon and said, he missed it. It was a strike. That's one of the greatest Brandon Jenkins stories of all time. And I don't have a lot of crazy stories. I mean, as far as umpiring, I know that I like to go to different places and umpire. And sometimes the game is not going to be good everywhere you go. You can't get a north side Harris County game every time you go somewhere, but you try to do the best you can when you go, no matter who it is. And I've made a lot of friends coaching wise. I've kept up with a lot of girls that you've been able to umpire in high school that are now playing some big time softball. Over in Alabama, I did Central High School over in Alabama, and they hit the shortstops at Alabama, and the pitcher is at Mississippi State. That's really cool stuff to me that you get to see them on TV the next year. You know what I'm saying? So
talking about Central, we got a chance to go over there when they started kind of building everything, and that place is impressive.
Oh, did you get to hit over there?
We went and hit over there. Woo! We went and hit over there 2 years before it started, and then we went over there after it was almost done.
They've used their money well.
It is nice.
Hey, there's not a lot of colleges that have that. It's very nice.
Yes.
There's no rainouts at Central, by the way.
It is a gorgeous place, and it does not surprise me.
Mitchell does a great job. Just
send
giving
people to the SEC.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if one of these players, you keep in touch with these, and, we've talked a lot about, trying to make sure coaches stay in the game, but now also making sure we keep umpires in the game. If somebody came to you and said, Dusty, I want to become an umpire, what advice would you give them? Not
a lot of young umpires coming in right now, and that's a shame in every sport, not just softball, football. They're having a hard time, and it's what goes on outside the fence that's keeping people away. And I hate to say it like that, but that's just the way it is. But coaches you can monitor, coaches you can handle, but the yelling that comes from the outside, when I don't know what they're thinking these people are trying to do. We're not one-sided trying to cheat for the other team or cheat for a certain team. We're just doing the best we can. And the one thing I can say is that I would like to see us just educate our umpires a little bit more than we have in the past. And we're doing that. They're being evaluated this weekend. That's awesome. Just trying to get to the state tournament, stuff like that. But that's the main thing, just trying to get people involved at a younger age. And we've reached out to some colleges. We've reached out to, the rec programs and stuff like that. And we've gotten some younger ones coming in, but not the way we want them to come in. But that's the thing. I mean, it's a great sport. I love it. And, if there's anybody out there that wants to learn, just contact me. I'd love to get people involved. I'm all about giving back, just like the people before me have given back. So
I love that. And that's Dustin Holton. I don't know if you know Dustin. We talked the other day, another umpire, and he said something I've never even thought about. He goes, if we can just get every school to recruit one umpire. And he goes, you got former players, you got teachers that like the game, that kind of stuff, just to get one. And I think that's really cool. That's something I'm going to reach out to.
Well, I get on to a lot of coaches, and I'm feeding off of that, what you just said. I just talk about coaches all the time that give up coaching so early to go to administration. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, you get paid better in administration, and I understand that. but we're losing a lot of good coaches because of that. And they're better themselves. And I probably should have done that too, but I just love coaching and I love just being around the athletics.
Yeah, really that's for sure. And we appreciate, like I said, I always appreciated seeing you come to the field. And
I appreciate that.
Keep that same energy.
Always did a great job. You always did do a great job.
Well, thank you. So, the big, and one of the last things, I'm actually going to get this added on the website and trying to talk to more officials, but the big idea with Coach Dooley's list is to connect coaches with vendors. But what I'm realizing too, again, people don't realize all the stuff you wear as an umpire, they don't just hand it to you. And there's a lot of good places out there. So if you...
I was going to say one's closed already. 4 Seasons closed on us in Atlanta.
Okay.
4 Seasons right there at the airport.
Well, who do you got that's open?
Well, Purchase Officials. You can go online to do that. Locally here, we have Columbus Fire and Safety. We can get stuff from them. Your Dick's and your places, Academy and places like that. But local places have really started closing down a little bit. You really order stuff really more online. Umpire, Purchase Officials, places like that.
Awesome. I know I've got to get them. Hopefully by the time this is on there, they are on the website for sure. So I'm going to have an official section. But listen, Dusty, I appreciate you, sir. The hat is awesome.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. I'm going to probably sit behind and I may chirp at you a little bit just to keep you on your toes.
That's fine. I don't mind that at all. I need a heckler here and there, and I'm sure Brandon's going to do enough of that at 4 o'clock.
Well, if I do it wearing Glenwood stuff, it's even going to be better.
Absolutely. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate you. This is great. Everybody, not just my episode, but watch this episode. It's a lot of fun. He's going around the whole state. He's ventured over to Alabama a little bit now, but keep an eye on Billy Dooley. He's doing great things, and I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Good to see you, brother.